Hi Pisces, welcome to your love reading for March 1st through the 15th. For those of you who are just now tuning in, these are generalized readings, so not everything in the reading may pertain to you. I'd like to start off with a reading for my singles, and then I move into a reading for my couples. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Okay, so the first card in the spread is the Nine of Wands, and this represents where you are right now. This really indicates that you've been through a lot, but you have this really great attitude because I feel like you felt like this was something that you understand that these are experiences that you've had to go through to get to the spot where you are now, that getting to the place where you are right now was the light at the end of the tunnel. The next card is the Hierophant, and this is what's covering you. This has to do with your faith in the divine. This also has to do with you being a very caring and compassionate person, somebody who, your friends and relatives can really turn to for comfort and for guidance. And I think that those wonderful qualities are ultimately what it really attracts people to you. The next card is what's crossing you, and this is the Six of Swords. This indicates possibly a turbulent relationship that you had to really release yourself from, or a situation that you're trying to actively release yourself from right now. This is kind of dictating the weather that you're dealing with right now. The next two cards, we have the Star, and then we have the Temperance. The Star has to do with your recent past. You have a very wonderful, positive attitude. I think that, especially in regards to the Nine of Wands, that even though, again, that you've gone through all of these hardships, and especially in regards to this relationship that you're trying to exit yourself from and recover from, the Star has to do with hope. You see the light at the end of the tunnel, as you did with the Nine of Wands. This has always been the guiding force. You have a very strong connection with the divine. The Temperance card, I think that this has to do with the recent past, and this has to do with how you approach the situation with the Six of Swords that you had to exit from. You have this wonderful quality where you're very direct and you're very effective with your decision making, but the manner in which you go about it is very soft. However, it's extremely hard-hitting to the people who are around you. It's a great strength that you have, and you can apply it to all areas of your life. The next card is the King of Swords, and this is your aspirations. This has to do with honesty, being in a relationship with a very strong individual, someone who is very acute to details, but someone who also doesn't take a lot of nonsense from others. I think that you're looking for somebody to also help protect you, as well as to be your partner. The outcome is the Ten of Pentacles, or excuse me, this is the near future, which is the Ten of Pentacles. And this has to do with you being in a relationship and you finding that love with very strong family values, a relationship that you can really build yourself on. And I think that one of the things that it's going to be an easy transition for you is because of this wonderful, hopeful attitude that you have, which I think is so Pisces. But then we have the outcome, and I think that this has to do with maybe a possible fire sign coming in to your life to really inspire and ignite that fire within you to have a very loving, passionate relationship that you can grow with the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. And I'm going to move into my couples reading. Okay, so the first card in the spread is the Ten of Pentacles, and this represents what you're bringing into the relationship. This has to do with your strong family values. This has to do with you being a nurturing person and your keen sense to detail and being very aware of your partner's needs. Very nurturing, very caring, or a very compassionate partner to be with. The next card is the Hierophant, and this represents where you are now in regards to the other person. You are somebody who the other people go to for help and for comfort. You're a very nurturing individual, and this sense of nurturing comes from the divine, but you also have a side to you that's very honest and very direct, almost like a ready or not, here I come. You make people see the truth within themselves. The next card is the Magician, and this is what you're hoping to get from this relationship. And this has to do with you wanting for this relationship to grow. You're going to be using the elements to your advantage to help manifest the type of relationship that you and your partner both want, okay? And since we have the Magician card, this could signify that this is a relationship that is relatively new, or you're moving into the next chapters of your life together, okay? You're taking steps. The next card is the Son of Cups, and this represents what the other person is bringing into the relationship with you. This person is very sensitive. This person feels everything. This could also indicate that this is a relationship that your partner really hasn't spent, is very different from the other relationships that he or she has had in the past. And to this level of connection that you have, sometimes I think that this person seems inexperienced. The next card is the Four of Cups, and this represents what they're getting out of this relationship. I think that due to the lack of experience that your partner has, that sometimes they're scared to dive deeper into a relationship and expose all of those vulnerabilities. And maybe that there is sometimes a lack of self-worth on your partner's part, okay? Like they can't necessarily feel like they can expose all their vulnerabilities to you. This is the Sun, and this represents what they're hoping to experience with you. This has to do with enlightenment, bathing in the warmth of you, truth, vitality. This is an ultimate relationship for your partner, who, even though we have, and I think that maybe that has something to do with maybe these feelings of self-worth that he or she is sometimes dealing with in regards to this relationship, like almost it's too good to be true, and what did I do to deserve this sort of thing, okay? So the next card is how you see your partner, and this is the card of Judgment. I think that you see your partner as someone who has dealt with a lot, but being able to rise above situations that they've dealt with, you know, rise above to the higher power, so to speak. It's something that you really admire in this individual, and ultimately, you know, the qualities that you admire are what makes you admire this individual. The next card is the Four of Swords, and this indicates how your partner sees you. Your partner spends a lot of time thinking about you. He or she spends a lot of time thinking about this relationship, almost to a fault, where they have a tendency to overthink things. And I think that sometimes when we overthink things, it could be our own worst enemy. The next card is the Daughter of Pentacles, and this represents the outcome. This indicates a lot of new starts, embarking on this journey with the Magician. I think that in regards to this relationship, there are a lot of possibilities that you guys could take things in. I think that we have some emotional issues, some self-worth issues that we need to address with your partner, but I think that these things can be easily worked through with some communication and laying your cards out on the table, so to speak, so that you can really lay a sound foundation for this relationship to continue to grow on. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.